Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mindful and Mellow. I have a new Oracle deck to share with you. I have this Spirit Advice Oracle card deck. I just got it, and I was just kind of exploring it on my own. So I thought, you know what? Let's do a tarot reading. But let's start off with the Oracle cards, and then we'll pull some tarot cards to clarify the Oracle. So we'll kind of see what you should be thinking about and what's coming towards you. So what do you need to know? So the first oracle card we're pulling, it says, embrace your inner child, healing, playfulness, innocence, and joy. We all have that inner child, just we letting that person out. So let's put that there. Let's cut the deck again. We'll pull another one. So I have practice patience, waiting, enduring, perseverance, and trust. And then we'll cut it again and we'll pull one more. Honor your unique journey, acceptance, gratitude, growth, and self-love. So I haven't seen this card before, and like I said, I just got the deck, but I really like this one a lot. This is like your unique journey. We all have different journeys in life, and sometimes the journey is a little bit more straight, and other times it's a little bit more zigzagging through the woods, right? We kind of don't necessarily get to our final destination quickly or in one without having a little bit of a detour, so to speak. So let's now use the Morgan Greer Tarot deck, and we'll pull some cards for each one of these. Let's pull two for each, just kind of see if we can get some clarity. So talk about embracing your inner child. What do we need to know about embracing your inner child? Like, why? What is there? What do you need to know? What do you need to do? All right, so embracing your inner child, we get the Hierophant. The Hierophant. Again, so playfulness, innocence, healing. Okay. The Ten of Cups. All right. Practice patience, waiting, enduring, perseverance, and trust. So we have the Knight of Swords. We have the King of Cups. And then honoring your unique journey. Acceptance, gratitude, growth, and self-love. We have the Six of Swords. And we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so let's kind of see what comes up here. So, embracing your inner child. Again, healing, playfulness, innocence, and joy. I mean, this is a blessing. This is a true blessing from the universe, from, the higher powers, whatever that might be, your God, whatever, whoever that might be for you. This is definitely like a blessing. He's got notice how he has his two fingers up and he's kind of holding it. That's a blessing kind of that you're receiving there. And I'm also drawn to the two keys here. So you have the key to unlock the door. And then we also have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is all about that full emotional fulfillment, that excitement and gratitude, and just being overall filled with excitement and abundance. And you know what? Here's what I'm thinking is like, when we look at it like this, right? Talk about embracing your inner child. Think about that playful. Think back to when you were a child. Think of that playfulness, that curiosity that you have as a child. Your ability to kind of play and fully immerse yourself in an imaginative state where you can live in it, like you can play pretend. You can totally live as a king or queen or whatever you thought you were doing, and how much fun that would be, and how innocent you were, and how you didn't have any fears, concerns. There were no worries. There was nothing stressing you out. You weren't worried about the stock market, your money, your job, nothing like that, right? Think about how happy you were then. And so this blessing, I think, is a reminder that, like, to express that gratitude, but also to kind of go back and sometimes to your childhood and think about some of those days, some of those instances, and kind of find ways to embrace your inner child. This fulfillment shows that when we can kind of release, when we can kind of heal some of the pain, some of the suffering, some of the things that we're holding on to, you can experience more emotional fulfillment and happiness. This is that fulfillment and happiness, right? So find ways to kind of like let your inner child out, whether this is, going to the beach and having a beach day and leaving your phone behind, and maybe not really paying attention to what's going on around the world and all the things that are going on. There's a lot going on now. There's a lot to capture our attention, to make us feel insecure, unsure about where we're going as a country, as a world. There's a lot, right? But sometimes it's embracing your inner child is finding something fun and doing it, even though it might not seem, like the wisest thing to do, or it might seem like, a kid thing to do. Do whatever it is, okay? Whether it's, taking your dog and doing something crazy with your dog, or, I don't know, whitewater rafting or doing something very fun, and that really kind of allows you to feel that excitement and also that sense of curiosity and awe, okay? Now, second column here, we have practice patience, waiting, endurance, perseverance, and trust. So the Knight of Swords, this could be a warning to you. The Knight of Swords, traditionally, he's kind of coming in quickly, right? He's a little bit, I don't want to say clumsy, but I'm saying like more like a bull in a china shop, right? He moves too quickly sometimes. So this could be a call to you to say, hey, you know what? Rather than charging in full speed ahead without all the information, maybe you slow down. Slow down a little bit. Let the answers come to you, right? Slow down and practice a little patience, right? When we know something is coming towards us, we don't feel that rush. We feel maybe like just patient, and we're just waiting. We're trusting, right? That's a fundamental concept of manifestation, right? Is knowing that something is meant for you, is coming towards you, trusting in the fact that it's coming, and just waiting and enduring and knowing that the path is different and that it'll come to you in its own unexpected way. So this could be a call to you to slow down. You might be represented by the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is rushing in. He might be a little bit too excited. He might have a bit of attachment. So we know when we talk about the law of attraction and just, the energies that we all experience and how we live in a vibrational world, that when you're wanting something too much, too badly, it actually repels it and keeps it away. So this could be that call to action. Like if you are the Knight of Swords and you're rushing in too firmly, too hard, sometimes we do this, right? Sometimes we push too hard. We push too hard in relationships. We push too much, right? We want something so badly that we kind of come at it with this air of desperation. And, have you ever found yourself you've connected with somebody perhaps, like maybe, it's not a relationship, maybe you've gone on a date, right? But that person is just so into you and they just want to date you so badly and they're texting you all the time and they want to reach out and they want to go out with you, and it's almost like a turnoff, right? Because there's that air of desperation. Okay, so we certainly don't want to have that air of desperation. Not saying you do, but I'm just saying this is a call to slow down, take some deep breaths, do some meditations, wait, relax. What's meant for you will come to you. Esther Hicks as always says that, right? The King of Cups. But the King of Cups is somebody who is very strongly positioned in his emotions. He has control over his emotions too. So maybe this is the move away from the Knight of Cups. Be the King of Cups. Love yourself, right? Feel that love and appreciation for yourself, and others will see that, and they will feel that vibe. They will feel that strong energy and find it almost magnetic, right? So, slowly slow down and kind of go with the flow there. It's kind of what I'm getting. And then in this cup is maybe perhaps all he hopes and dreams, right? He just needs to look around and see what's immediately surrounding him. And then in this unique honor your journey, right? Acceptance, gratitude, growth, and self-love. Now remember, again, self-love, I talked about it here in this practice patience, right? Feel love for yourself. If you don't love yourself, it's hard for somebody else to really love you, right? I mean, other than maybe like your parents and family, right? But when we love ourselves, that magnetic attachment or that magnetic vibe is picked up by others, and others will feel that, and they really, it's easier to gravitate to somebody who truly loves themselves than somebody who does not love themselves. And sometimes loving yourself is knowing when it's time to move on. It's time to move away from something, right? So with this Six of Swords is all very much about moving on, moving into calmer waters, moving away from something that no longer serves you. So if you truly love yourself, if you're feeling, you're expressing gratitude, certainly you're going to be moving more towards, you're going to attract more of what you're grateful for into your life. But if part of your self-love is showing that you need to step away from something that's no longer serving you, someone who isn't treating you right, a relationship that isn't right, but you're kind of staying in it because it feels comfortable, this might be the call to move on to calmer waters. This is a person who's sitting in a boat. They're moving away in these darker waters. Person standing behind him could be like a mentor or like a spirit guide or something like that, like a guardian angel, so to speak. Could be one of those things, right? But I definitely feel like, the part of, the self-love and honoring the journey is knowing when it's time to move on and kind of taking those inspired actions too. I feel inspired to say. And that's kind of echoed further by this Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is about making a decision. So you might be kind of like walking tightrope, and maybe you've been thinking about leaving something behind, but you haven't. So ask yourself, am I doing the right thing by me? Am I showing myself the love and respect that I have? And if I'm not receiving that from others or from like a particular situation or a job or whatever it could be, it may be time or a signal that it's time to move on. It's time to make a decision. I'm getting the phrase "shit or get off the pot" is kind of the phrase that just comes to me intuitively. So I don't know why, but I just say that here. So really interesting. I like taking this approach, kind of starting with the oracle cards and then going into the tarot cards. Let's use a an angel whisper card and get a affirmation for the day. Let's get an affirmation for the day. Okay. We'll cut it. Here we are. All right, so 111. Okay, so 1111, right? 1111 is a magical number for me. I see it, and I know that I'm in absolute alignment with everything I need and desire, that I am in alignment with who I truly am, and I feel very good about that, right? It's also represented here on this card as intuition. Trust in yourself. Didn't we have trust come up here? Didn't this come up here? Trust. So, trust in yourself. Your inner whisper is working hard to let you know this is guiding you. Listen in. What is it saying? Feel it. Where is it telling you to let go? Or where is it telling you to go next? Kind of like this. Where is it telling you to go next? Okay? Close your eyes and allow. Trust the path. The affirmation. My intuition speaks to me and I listen. I trust that all things are happening for a purpose. Okay, so when we say your inner whisper, this could be part of that inner whisper from higher powers. This could be the inner whisper. Okay? Really exciting. So just remember this affirmation. My intuition speaks to me and I listen. And all the things that are happening, I trust that all things are happening for a purpose. So with that, I thank you for being here and have a wonderful day.